In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create video using Logitech's webcam software, Logitech Capture. Hey, it's Mike with more tips and tutorials to help you create great video for your YouTube channel, your video marketing, or online courses. Thank you so much for being here. You know, I'm a big fan of Logitech's webcams. They're versatile, they're easy to use, and they produce remarkable picture quality for their size and price. Truth be told, I own a few of them. And to go along with their webcams, Logitech released video creation software called Logitech Capture. At the time of this recording, Logitech Capture is Windows only, and you can download it from the Logitech website. I'm using version 1.0.553 of the software for this tutorial. Logitech Capture is essentially a simple video mixer that can record and stream. Logitech Capture allows you to mix together a total of 2 video sources. So for source 1, you could assign your webcam. Logitech Capture works with the Logitech C920, C922, and Brio 4K webcams. For source 2, you could assign your computer screen. Now don't be alarmed by this infinity effect. This is happening because Logitech Capture is capturing my screen, and my screen is displaying the Logitech Capture interface. Once you've assigned your sources, you can customize their settings. With my webcam, I can add a colored border, add one of several filter effects to the shot, I can choose a Webcam Settings preset. The streaming preset adjusts the webcam settings to maintain a constant frame rate. Video calling prioritizes exposure or light levels for things like Skype calls. But this setting can sacrifice frame rate in the process, leading to choppy motion in your video. For my webcam recording, I'm going to select the streaming preset. I can change my shot by zooming in, then using the pan and tilt controls to adjust framing. But this is a digital zoom. It just magnifies the pixels, which can degrade the picture quality. I almost never use this. I can mirror my webcam shot. I can adjust focus using auto or manual controls. Adjust the color temperature of the shot by using auto or manual white balance. And fine-tune my image using controls for brightness, contrast, sharpness, and color saturation. And if I mess things up, I can quickly reset these adjustments back to their defaults. Anti-flicker helps reduce flicker from fluorescent lighting and LED screens. The rate you pick is based on the frequency of your local electrical system. If you have a green or blue screen background, you can apply a Chroma Key effect to your webcam shot. I'll show you how this works later. Now that source 1, my webcam, is set up, let's set up source 2, my screen display. Not much to adjust here. I can add a colored border and mirror my screen if I want to. So now that my 2 sources are set up, I need to adjust the overall settings for my final recording. And those settings are under this camera icon. I can get rid of that little Logitech logo in the lower right corner of the shot. This is also where I set the resolution and aspect ratio of my final recording. These settings are dependent on my webcam. I can choose the highest quality my webcam can generate, which for my Logitech C920 is Full HD 1920 by 1080, or I have other choices, including Portrait 9 by 16 for viewing on smartphones, or Square 1 by 1 video for viewing on some social media feeds. I can also select a frame rate for my recording, again based on my webcam's capabilities. I'll set frames per second FPS to 30, but if the motion starts skipping or stuttering, I can drop this down to 24 frames per second to reduce the load on my machine. I can choose where I want my recording to be saved, and then when I want to find it, I can just click Open. And down here in Advanced Settings, I can choose to have an on-screen countdown appear before recording starts. With my recording settings done, let's look at my all-important audio settings. For audio input, I can capture sound using my webcam's built-in microphone or an external microphone like a USB mic. Under audio output, you tell Logitech Capture which audio output it should capture. For computer sounds, for example, that will most likely be your computer's speaker output. Alright, my recording settings are done, and I've set up my two video sources, source 1 my webcam and source 2 my computer screen. Now let's look at how we can mix these two sources together during recording. And that's where these buttons near the bottom of the interface come in. This area down here is like a little video switcher. So during recording, when I press the button labeled 1, source 1 appears in Logitech Capture's program window. Press button 2, source 2 appears. But you'll notice there are two other buttons on the switcher. These buttons allow me to layer my two video sources into a picture-in-picture arrangement. Press this third button, and source 2, my screen, is placed into a window and layered on top of source 1, my webcam shot. Press the fourth button, and source 1, my webcam shot, is placed into a window and layered on top of source 2, my computer screen. And you can adjust this smaller window. You can place it wherever you want on the screen by clicking and dragging. You can scale it down or scale it up to a maximum of 1/4 of the screen size. You can even crop the edges of this window by holding down the Alt key while clicking and dragging on the edge of the window. So with these picture-in-picture buttons set up, I now have 4 different shots I can use in my recording. But notice the transition between my shots. It's a hard cut. Now if I don't like that transition, I can change it using the Transition Effects panel. There are different transition effects to choose from, and you can adjust their duration or speed. So I want to quickly show you how the Chroma Key effect works here in Logitech Capture. I have my Elgato green screen set up and lit. So if I go here to source 1, which is my webcam, and I go all the way down to the bottom, I have Chroma Key. If I turn that on, now my green screen is transparent. Now a little tip, you may have to fiddle a little bit with the image adjustments here, in particular saturation, to get a good key. So now what can I do with this? Well, this shot doesn't look very good. Where the Chroma Key effect works really well are the picture-in-picture shots, in particular this last one here. I'll just click it. And now you see me on top of my screen. Now there's a bit of an issue because we can see the background of my set here because my green screen isn't big enough to cover. Not a problem, we can crop this out by just hovering over the edge of the window and holding down the Alt key, and we can just crop that in. There we go. And I'll just size myself down a little bit. Put myself in the corner. And to get rid of this white outline, we just click off of the window. Alright, when I'm ready to record, I can set my microphone level using this microphone input level slider down here in the lower right of the interface. I can also click this microphone button to mute and unmute my microphone. To start recording, I just click the big red button down here. But I have a problem. Remember my computer screen? I'll just bring it up, source 2. I get this infinity effect because Logitech Capture is capturing my computer screen while the Logitech Capture interface is on my computer screen. Well, I don't want this in my recordings, so I have to hide or minimize the Logitech Capture interface before I switch to my computer screen during recording. But if I do that, I won't have access to the interface, so I won't be able to click any of these buttons down here to switch to different shots. Which is why I highly recommend, if you're going to do anything more than a simple webcam recording, that you use a second monitor for the Logitech Capture interface. It'll make things go a lot more smoothly. But I don't have a second monitor, so for this recording, I'm going to use the Logitech Capture keyboard shortcuts to navigate the app. Let's see how this goes. So I'm going to start with my interface here on screen with my webcam shot up. I'm going to go down here and hit the big red record button, and I get the countdown. And now I'm recording. Now, before I switch to my second source, my computer screen, I'm going to minimize the Logitech Capture interface. Now, in order to switch to this source, because I can't see the buttons anymore, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Alt 2. So hopefully that's switched to my computer screen. I don't know, I can't see. Now to switch to my next shot, my picture-in-picture shot, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Alt 3. And now to switch to my second picture-in-picture shot, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Alt 4. And now to switch back to me on camera on my webcam, source 1, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Alt 1. And now I'm going to bring up the Logitech Capture interface just to confirm that yes, it is my webcam shot and I am recording. So to stop recording, I'm just going to go down here and click the stop button, or I could use the keyboard shortcut Alt R. Just click it. And that's how you record using Logitech Capture. But I can do more than record my Logitech Capture video creation. I can stream it to YouTube or Facebook. To stream to YouTube, you would first launch Logitech Capture, lay out your show, then log into your YouTube account. At the top right of the YouTube interface, click the camera icon. From the drop-down, choose Go Live. In the live streaming interface, select Webcam. Enter all the necessary information. Click More Options. Then, most importantly, under the camera icon, select Logic Capture. So now when you go live, all the features and functions you use in Logitech Capture will show up on your YouTube live stream. Now, if you're thinking of using Logitech Capture to record or stream video games, I might think again, at least with this current version. From what I've seen, there are serious issues with frame rates, but I encourage you to experiment because your results may be different. All in all, I think Logitech Capture is a versatile little video creation tool. I can see it being used to create video lessons or tutorials or presentations, even unboxing, DIY, or reaction videos for YouTube. But to get the most out of this application, I highly recommend you get a second monitor for the Logitech Capture interface. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you found value in it. And if you're looking for more tips and tutorials for creating video, then have a look at the other videos on my channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.